And we're live. Hi, everybody. How you doing? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce. I've got my Rugman T-shirt on today, which matches my Rugman poster. How about that? I haven't worn this shirt in a while, so welcome all to the program here from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Finishing my coffee this morning. I hope you're having your morning libation that works for you. Oh yes, this is my Cunard mug right here that I got from the Queen Mary 2. This thing holds temperature really well. If I put in cold drinks, it stays cold for hours. If I put in a hot coffee, it stays warm for quite some time. Modern technology, you gotta love this. These cups are fantastic. Welcome all to the show this morning. I'm looking at a market here, going, not much going on. We're down about 77 on the Dow Jones. That's like a 0.17 of a percentage point. S&P down 7 points. That's 1/8% lower. And then Nasdaq down 8 points. That's 3/100ths of a percent. So we're not dropping like we're in real trouble here. But we're also not going any higher, and that might be the lesson to learn today. We're not going any higher. The gold market, we're down 19.70 an ounce on gold to 33.77. And then crude oil today, the Texas price, West Texas Intermediate, is showing 63.30 a barrel right now, which is up 78 cents. I think we're about to turn the tide negative here. Depending on whether there is an escalation of attacks between Ukraine and Russia in the next 48 hours. Apparently that those so-called peace negotiations happening in Istanbul, they've agreed to swap a bunch of more prisoners between each other. And that's about it. So we'll follow that. I want to make a bigger deal today about how the markets, I think, may have topped out for now. Let me show you something here. I'm going to pop up an image that I just uploaded. This is an image of the Dow Jones Industrials. It's for 1 year. And so if you follow my finger on the bottom here, way over here, July 24, coming all the way over here or June 24 to June 25. And you can see where the market was in this, between 37,500 and 40,000 back in June of last year. We topped out in December. You'll remember, as the election had been had on the 8th of November, the market topped out and then backed off a little in just after around the inauguration, and then it surged one last time in February for this 45,000 range. And since February, March, not good. We had that big down dip, of course, from 42,500 down to 37.5. That was Liberation Day, April Fool's plus 1 day, April 2nd. So Taco Boy showed himself, and he's now done all kinds of reversals. And you can see how the market plummeted, came up, went down, went up, went down, and is trying to come back up as he constantly reverses himself and is being reminded by his donors, you're an idiot, you're doing it wrong, you're scaring everybody, and well, there you go. But the Dow is at 42,307, and that's where it is right at the moment. And look at the high 52-week range. That's right here, right there, 45,227. That's the high of the year between December and January, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 6, 7 months ago. So we're at 42,300. So let's just round that off to 45,300. You can see we're 3,000 points away from the highs at this point. Okay, now let me show you this chart over here. This is the NASDAQ market, and this is where your triple Qs come from. The triple Qs are trading out there based on how this index does. And if you'll go back a year ago, to June of last year, you'll see this index between 17.5 and 20,000, 18,500 or so. Got up there in July. It peaked a little bit, then it backed off in August, then it tried to come back in September, backed off again. Then in October and November, it creeped up, and we had the election after November 8th, and you'll notice that for the rest of November, it began to run, and look at that. December, those were the highs. And we have not hit the highs since December of 24. The euphoria after the Trump election. So after December, January, we chopped along. In February, we chopped along until, guess what, March range, and we began to slump. We had a little run up in March, and then a Liberation Day came, and look at the fall off, the lowest level in quite some time, and we've been trying to battle back ever since. The good news, I guess, if you want to say, we're at 21,540 now, 21,540, and the high is 22,450 for 52 weeks. So you can see here, we're kind of, 900 points away from the all-time highs. And I'm beginning to sense that getting that close to the highs, 900 points away, we're now zeroing in on a topping out of this market. And I do not see any reasons why the stock markets would be more optimistic 6 months from now, a year from now, for the kind of earnings that the stocks that these indexes are represented by. There's no way these companies that are in the 100 NASDAQ index, the 30 Dow Jones index, or even the 500 S&P 500. These companies, many of which are the same, of course, the biggest are all in these guys aren't going to make more money this year, by the end of this year, than they made last year or the year before. There's no way. The sales are way off. The future is off. They're not even showing guidance. They're smart to say we're not giving guidance. They can't. They're watching everything fall apart. The average tariff that was charged to American citizens, the average tax that Americans paid, built into everything that they bought that was imported into the United States last December was 2.3%. That was the average tariff, give or take. Some were at 20%, 40%, some were at nothing. That's what it was. Now, going forward, the experts are saying that once it all settles out and the deals are made and 150 countries all come on their hands and knees begging for a deal, if that ever happens, the experts are going 15 to 20% will be the new normal, which means 600 to 700% higher tax increase on every man, woman, and child in the United States. It's the only way the United States budget can possibly pay for the big, beautiful bill that is trying to go through the Senate right now. This bill is so loaded with giveaways, pork barrel giveaways to those who actually don't need it. And the cuts are being hit at the lowest levels, of course, food stamps, Medicaid, all kinds of areas. I don't want to go there, but it's the bottom half who are getting the shit kicked out of them. The top 10% are loving this deal, and it's the tariffs in the middle of all this that will actually cover or attempt to cover the differential. And that's a tax on everybody. And of course, if you're a millionaire and you have to pay 50 cents more for one of these, you'll pay it. If you're a down and outer, you're going to try and steal it. And you'll notice that when you go to your local Walmart or CVS or whatever store, even items as cheap as this should be 99 cents a tube max. These cost a dime to make. These items should be available at the checkout counter as I need one of those. And you buy it there. More and more of these kinds of items, as cheap as they are going behind glass. across the United States. And this is an indication of a standard of living falling off the table. When retailers start to put merchandise under glass as the first sign right there that you are in an area of the country where theft of $1 items, $5 items, $8 items is rampant, there's a sign of hard times. That's a sign of hard times. When people don't have 15, 20 bucks to spend on something. Not good. The other factor, of course, no doubt about it, is high-end items. Obviously, luxury items like Mercedes-Benz automobiles and Audis and Bentleys and Rolls-Royce vehicles, and Cartier diamonds, and anything imported in the high end. Of course, it's going to be much more expensive, but the demographic that buys those items are probably getting a nice tax break in this big, beautiful bill to be able to afford the increased costs of their luxury items. And if you are any kind of a smart option writer, which many of you are becoming, and are successful as an option writer into the millions of dollars, which many of you will be going into, you're going to create LLCs. You're going to create limited liability corporations. You're going to create Schedule C companies, whatever, Schedule S companies, whatever they're called in America. You're going to do everything through a corporate entity. And so when you go for your new high-end, your new Tesla, your new Mercedes, your new Maybach, your brand new Bentley two-seat convertible for $400,000, you're going to acquire it through your corporate entity. You're not going to buy it in your personal name. You're going to hire experts to show you how to acquire merchandise through LLCs as business deductions, even Bentleys, so that you minimize your taxes payable and maximize your enjoyment of the good life, including your house, your furniture in your house, and all of your electronic toys. Everything is owned by a corporation. And if you trade options and use one of these, this is a write-off, including the wireless services to operate it. If you are on a desktop computer or a laptop, you're going to write that off. You're going to write off the Apple Care costs. You're going to write off travel expenses. If you're going to go to a financial seminar in London, England, that lasts 6 hours, you're going to write the trip to London off, the seminar off, hotels, meals. You might stay a week longer to enjoy London. You'll pay that out of your own pocket, but the corporation will get you there and get you home and will house you for most of it, all as a corporate expense. Welcome to the party, pal. It's all good if you're rich. It's all good if you're a winner, and it's really good if you're a corporation. If you're an individual that has a day job and you get deductions taken off your paycheck by your boss, life isn't so good because you can't count on your check. You can't count on the fact that you're going to get any kind of a tax break, and you certainly are not given any write-offs. I mean, come on. You're going to pay for everything you want from your after-tax paycheck. And that is why many Americans now who even generate $100,000 a year or more, depending on where you live, like New York City, anywhere in the region of Long Island and Connecticut, $100,000 salary, there's nothing left over at the end of the month. You're all spoken for, and welcome to that part of the story. In any event, welcome all to my show, and welcome to the program today as we try to figure out how you can make money in this market. Getting back to the topping off of this market, getting back to the NASDAQ, the Dow, the S&P 500, I believe that we are not going to get 1,000 point gain days for the rest of the year unless we lose thousands of points. Since we've already lost those points and have battled it back to here, there are no more big days coming to get excited about. Now we're going to tread water. And I think now we're into what's called the great rotation trade. This is where analysts from Wall Street will be asked every week now, every month, what should investors do? Where should they put their money? where should they take money from and shift into. The indexes aren't going much of anywhere right now. There is not going to be a massive 10% gain in the market because the United States and Japan are signing a trade deal. It's not going to move the markets an inch. The Canadian-Mexican free trade deal has to be completely redone, I guess. The European Union and America can't get their act together to cut a deal. China and America are accusing each other of cheating on the deal they just made last month. These markets aren't going anywhere. So if you have been scoring some dollars into your account by being an option writer, which I'm sure you have, you've been making it through cash secured puts on various stocks. You've been making money on writing call options and just watching the time eat them alive. You're writing out of the money calls, and they have no value other than time value. You're also, many of you now are beginning to realize, good Lord, Bruce, I can make some decent money doing 0 day to expiry contracts, 1 day, 3 day, 5 day on these indexes. This is great. I can't wait for the Magnificent Seven to have Monday, Wednesday, Friday option expiries. I'm getting into those as well. And where are you going? You're going into call credit spreads. Because you're saying to the market, I understand. I know. You had the crap kicked out of you in April. We had all this uncertainty of 145% trade tariff in China, which essentially means nothing is coming in. We're now back to a much more reasonable, 30%, 40%? It's ridiculous. It's going to be 15 to 20% when it's all said and done. And the markets cannot go higher because corporate America, and these are the publicly traded companies of the United States, they're not going to be doing a whole lot more business. The folks at Federal Express and Amazon and eBay and Shopify and Amazon I've already mentioned, they're not going to triple their business for the rest of this year. They're trying to hang on to as much as they can. UPS, they are laying off left, right, and center. Microsoft, another bunch of layoffs this morning announced. The layoffs are everywhere in corporate America because companies know, even money-making companies know, we can't even match last year's net profit. So the market can't go higher. It just cannot, unless stocks are in vogue to trade at a much higher PE multiple than they are now. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I believe American consumers, which is 80% of the population, are closing in the ranks and are spending less on non-essentials. And that's why travel is off big time. New car purchases, there was the rush before the price increases, and now that this is happening, they're going to stop dead in their tracks. Real estate is in trouble all over the place. It's not a good picture. And you know and I know that Walmart, Costco, Target, all of them are raising their prices, Home Depot, to cover tariff costs. So there's no way these outfits are going to generate surprise, phenomenal net profits. They're just not going to be able to do it. And this is where the markets have topped out, which means you, as option writers, can make a killing all summer, all fall, the next 6 months, writing call credit spreads. But, and I say but, seriously, you better be away from that campfire or you will get burned. And it started yesterday. It started here yesterday when some of you began to mention to me the kind of credit spreads you're thinking of putting out there on 0 day to expiries. And you are too close to the campfire. And I know why. It's pretty obvious why. We're not getting massive 500-point gains anymore. And so the froth is coming out of the options market. The premiums aren't as great as they were 3 weeks ago. And as the premiums get thinner, that means the credit spreads you're trying to do are less exciting on the payoff. And some of you are pushing the issue, pushing your credit spreads by saying, I really want to get a 20-cent credit spread or a 40-cent credit spread on a $5 spread. I'm going to write contracts that are a little closer to the campfire, and you're getting caught. You're going to get hurt, and I don't recommend you do that. So how do you handle it? What do you do? I've mentioned it already for the Gold Bagel members who are here on our pre-alert show. We talked about how you can protect yourself by writing further out of the money contracts, higher in strike, further from the campfire, from the market's value. You don't want to be here, you want to be here. There's only one way you can do that: longer term contracts. You have to go 2 days, 3 days, 4 days out. Now, some of you are going, oh God, no, I want to just do dailies. I just want to do dailies. And I'll say, I understand you want to do dailies, but you got to take a look at the daily that's being offered to you. If you wait an hour or two, like you should, before you write, and some of you aren't even doing that, you're now writing immediately because you want the premium, you're really guessing, of course. If you wait a couple of hours and let the market show you its true intentions, and then take a look at the option chain, you're finding out that Uncle Bruce, hey, I was getting 25, 28 cent credits last week, 2 weeks ago. Now I can only get 18 and 16 cent credits. These credit spreads are getting lousier right now. I'm going to write $1 closer or $2 closer to the market to get that higher spread, which means you are vulnerable to getting caught with a bit of an uptick in the market at any time. On the other hand, if you want to write 2, 3, 4 days out, you might be into a contract that is 3 days to go. But by the end of the day today, you're getting out of that contract because the contract tomorrow only has 2 days to go. The trick now is to take a look all morning long. This is a constant babysitting thing you have to do. You have to know, monitor your credit spread numbers. You have to take a look after the first hour, or whatever you want. What kind of a credit can you get for a $10, $12, $14, $15 out of the money credit spread from the triple Qs, as an example? Triple Qs right now are 522.87 ballpark, 522.87. You don't want to be writing 524, 525 calls and then buying 529s as protection. You're too close to the campfire. You want to be writing 530s right now and buying 535s if you're doing a $5 spread. But 530, 535s that die tonight probably aren't going to get you very much money. So what about tomorrow night? What about tomorrow afternoon expiry? What will those pay you instead? And at the same time, you're going, okay, I want to be 530, 35, but if I could go 532, 537, that would be even better. Well, if I go out 1 day or I go out 2 days for expiry, this being Tuesday, I go to Thursdays. What can I get for a Thursday expiry contract that is $10 away from this market? Ballpark. You may find that the credit up there is a 70, 80 cent credit, 60 cent credit. Instead of a 15 or 20 cent credit, it might be much better. And at that point, you'll go, okay, I see what's going on. If I write a 48-hour contract, but with 24 hours left to go, I shut it down, it will have lost maybe half of its spread. And if it goes from 70 cents to 35 cents, I just made a 35-cent spread in 24 hours. That's like getting a 35-cent spread today that dies later tonight. Can you do a spread in the first hour of the session that by the end of the day has already shrunk by 30, 35 cents, and you can shut it down tonight and be done with it? Tomorrow morning, you get up and are now looking to write Friday expiry contracts 2 days out every time. You might be playing that game. Another game you can play is, of course, the amount of spread between the one you write and the one you buy. And whether it's a $2 spread, a $4 spread, a 5, a 7, a 10, the further the spread in distance, if you can write the one you're writing can bring you in a nice, say, $1, but the one you buy doesn't cost 60 cents, doesn't cost 40 cents, costs 15 cents. There's 85 cents credit here. Now, this might be a $12 spread. This might be a $15 spread. But you have to be willing to entertain that kind of a spread to maximize shrinkage your direction. You're not going to write 100 of these because at $1,500 a pop, $15 spread is a $1,500 contract. But if you are using $5,000 right now to do 10 $5 spreads, you might end up doing, instead of 5 10s, you might do 3 15s or 2 25s. 2 25s might give you a $1 credit with an 8-cent debit. That's 92 cents credit. This one drops 1 penny at a time. This one drops 10 pennies at a time. The spread is 9 cents each time. You're looking for 30, 40, 50 cent return. There's your trade. You may find that you can do, like I said, 2-day, 3-day out. You might bring in $1.50 and pay 20 cents on the other side. It's a 130 spread, and you're a happy camper walking out at 40 cents. 90 cents to you times 2 is $180. 90 cents to you times 3 is $270. If that's a daily takeout, $270 a day, 20 days a month, $5,400 a month. You have to think in those terms. Just saying, it's just me throwing this around. Right now, the oddity of it is that the Qs are actually up on the morning. They're up 7 cents right now, and yet the NASDAQ is down 23 points. That shouldn't be that way, should it? If the NASDAQ index is down, wouldn't the Qs be down as well? So there's some disconnect there. But again, you might use this to your advantage. You might go, oh, okay, there's a bit of a premium here on the Qs. We'll see how the first hour goes, and I'll look to write. Maybe I'll look to write 533.43s or 533.53s or 533.38s, whichever worked for you. You got to check your spreads, your percentage return, time, and so on. Okay. We'll be getting into this on the 14th of January, Saturday, the 14th, at noon Eastern for class number 19, as we go over all kinds of different scenarios together about credit spread writing. We got a lot to cover. You can just, I'm just throwing you stuff, and there's so much more. Anyway, join me there. Register for your class as soon as you can, as soon as you're able to, and we'll lock you in for a spot. And you'll end up at the end of the day not only joining me live with Auntie Jen as moderator, but you'll get an edited version of the class a week or so after the class is held. And you can watch it again and again and again as many times as you like. Those of you who can't join Jen and I live, you'll wait for us to post the lesson on our website after it's been edited, and then you'll be able to get it yourself. It costs us $200 whether you are live or whether you buy it later. But as a live participant, you get that added bonus because we'll be on the air for 2.5 hours on Saturday the 14th, maybe 3 hours, where the edited version might be 1.5 hours to 2 hours long. And so those of you live get a little more out of it than getting the edited version. That only makes sense. Up to you if you want to join us or not. Love to have you. Thank you for being here. Eddie Martin, thank you. Richard Carlin, the Big E. Andrea B. is here. Bongiorno. Aurora's here. CKT. Stuart Longsdale. Hector. Charlie. Thanks again. Rice Checks. Legacy. Cutting Edge. Crazy 49er. Flavio. DH is here. Hector is here. Thank you, guys. And I appreciate all of you coming through. Hector's here. Mike. Katie. Thanks, Katie. Hector, welcome. Welcome all of you. Free Range is here. Nice to see you. Good to have you here. I'm going to have to say goodbye to somebody here. Gonna have to say goodbye to someone there. Okay, moving on. JV, hello, Mike. Rocketeer, good morning all. Sold 160 1450 cover calls on SoFi for next Friday. I'll take an extra 2,000 USD in 2 weeks. Thank you very much. JD, Russia collapse would inject the market. Rocketeer, happy Taco Tuesday, by the way, from Rocketeer. Let's see what else is going on. The man is saying, oh, finally, GameStop has June 26 contracts showing up. James of the Misty Tree is here. Welcome, and thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Already appreciate that. Let's keep on rolling here. What else is going on here? Good morning from Kiloa. Dre, JV, freaking gasoline is up as of Sunday. We know it because it's going on in Russia and Ukraine. And let's see. What else is going on here? Murray from Tokyo in the house. Welcome. Good morning, good evening. All enjoying a trip to beautiful New Zealand. I can't pronounce that. Aoteroa. Aotearoa. I don't know how you. The land of the long white cloud. Well done. Tokyo to New Zealand. That's a bit of a flight, but yes. Bobby Ricky calls tops but doesn't show short position. Doomers gonna doom. I have no idea what's going on with that guy. Larry is here. Hello. ALA is here. Welcome. Trish the Dish says, thank God I live in Canada. Sharon in the house, number 60. Welcome. What else is going on here? Yes, Trish is asking about the revenge tax. Yes, I started talking about that last Thursday, I think it was. Definitely talked about that. Mike, wow, you got me good. Who else? Welcome all. Alex, the trolls in here are so lame these days. If you're going to waste your time instead of making money like the members, can you at least put a bit of an effort in it? And Splair in the house from Dortmund. Hello there. Just had a talk with a small YouTuber that is driving live across India with a motorcycle. What a fancy world YouTube can be. Alex, number 68, thumbs up. And good morning, my fellow simpletons and degenerates. Good morning. Welcome to the party, pal, from AOD. Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen, we love you. Thank you so much, guys. JV, let's make the moolah, Alex. Robert, hey, what does a crown with a number next to your name mean? It means that you're an engaged viewer, apparently. Charlie, member for 12 months now. A one-year Gold Bagel member anniversary today, Bruce. Thank you, Uncle B, for teaching me how to make money in this market. Classes are worth every penny. I get this a lot, and I appreciate you mentioning it, especially for the newbies. A lot of people who follow here kind of wonder, why are these people so in tune with this guy and always here every day? Well, when you make money, you kind of stick with the crowd that where it's working for you. And so there you have it. Nice going, everybody. Thank you. Thank you all. Let's see what else is going on here. Who else is here? Splair, I have now 4 membership, only 1 paid. I don't know what that means. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Let's see, Dude Face, let's go. And Juan, aloha. So who's doing spreads today? Cutting Edge wants to know. Amy J is here. Vivash here. Juan M and JM. I was not number 32. Maybe I'm number 83 today. Dude Face, very exciting. Vivash, number 85. Giddy up. Thank you for these thumbs ups, kids. Appreciate it. I've got a poll question for you. It's not very complicated. The question of the day is basically, I think the U.S. markets have topped out for the rest of the year. Yes or no? So far, only 35% of you agree with this comment. Most of you, 65% of you, are saying, I don't know if this market has topped out at all. We might be going substantially higher. I don't know if that's true. I really don't think this. I don't think we're going to see new record highs anytime this year in 25. I just don't think so. I think the absolute devastating impact of the uncertainty of the tariffs, let alone the tariffs, the uncertainty alone has choked off business. I just heard this morning another estimate came out from the organization of was it OECD, the Economic Council, calling for a global slowdown of the economy's growth. The entire globe is slowing down. The American market has dried out. The United States growth has collapsed. It's going negative now. The next quarter, we will show a second quarter of slippage, which means officially the United States is in recession, which I think it's in right now. It's already in it. It'll just be official when the next numbers come out. And it's showing on global economic activity, slowing down globally everywhere. And that's because America has gone completely insane. America has gone completely off the rails. Corporations in America don't know what to do. Small business people who import goods into the country to then manufacture more valuable goods are being wiped out left, right, and center. Bicycle manufacturers are devastated. Motorcycle makers, auto companies are in trouble. Aircraft companies, they say things are great, but a lot of the aircraft maintenance business and new aircraft building business, foreign parts, foreign gauges and electronic components not made in America. They're made in Switzerland, they're made in Germany, they're made in China, they're made in Vietnam, they're made in South Korea, Japan. High caliber, high quality electronic components are not made in the United States. No. To do them in the US would be triple the cost. There's no way. There's no way. You want to buy a brand new Gulfstream? You want to buy a brand new Challenger jet? You want to buy you want to charter, or if you're net jets and you want to buy 100 new Gulfstream jets, the components in a Gulfstream so many are foreign made. It's unbelievable. It's possible it's definitely real that final assembly is in America. Yes, Kansas, I believe. The Learjets or the Gulfstreams are manufactured and assembled, let's say, in the U.S., but the components are from everywhere, and there's the problem. These jets now have got much higher tariffs on them, and if you have a used Gulfstream that's 15 years old and you're going to refurbish it, and you will refurbish it, you're going to now pay way more for parts than you ever paid before. The uncertainty is insanity. It's insane. I'm just a guy just going, this is what I see. Hey, David Petty, hello and good afternoon from the United Kingdom. Welcome, sir. Moneymaker One, I have Tesla 320, 330 put credit spreads ending this week. Tesla put credit spreads ending this week. Where are we at with Tesla right now? Tesla is sitting at 342 and you're sitting at 320, 330. So you're nicely out of the money on those puts, looking for the stock to stay above those levels. So there you go. Charlie, I'll be writing Qs again today. Got burned yesterday. We'll see where the market opens today. Looks like the markets want to go higher. Andrea, hey, Uncle B, I'm fighting for 610, 15 and a 660, 665 iron condor on Meta that expires this Friday. I've already rolled the call side from 650 to 655 for some debit at the moment. And where are we at on Meta right now? Meta is sitting here at 670. So the calls are up there. We're up yesterday. We're up $23 on Meta. So it had a nice little run. Will Meta give up some ground today is the question. Let's take a look here as we refresh our screens. We were down just a tiny bit on Meta, kind of flat this morning. Right now up 124 after a $23 gain yesterday. Google's down $2. Apple's up 9 cents. Tesla's up 3.30. Microsoft up 4 cents. And we're up 30 cents on Amazon, 90 cents on NVIDIA. We're not getting major gains on the Magnificent Seven here. Nothing major happening in the pre-market. So they're vulnerable if the market does back off. OECD cuts U.S. economic growth forecast because of tariffs. That is happening. U.S. Economic growth forecasts have been cut by OECD for 25 and for 26. And so that's the outside world coming in going, no way is America going to be able to grow like it did in the last 2 years. Under the last 2 years of Biden, those days are gone. We're now into a retreating economy. And a recession is already underway, I believe. We have a 77-cent gain on Rocket Lab this morning underway. We're up 8 cents on SoFi at $13.75, and GameStop is up 16 cents to $30.81. People are asking and wondering what's going to happen with GameStop and SoFi because this is the 3rd of June, and we have 27 days left in the second quarter for SoFi. The SoFi second quarter ends at the end of June. On the 10th of June, we get GameStop's numbers for their first quarter. So we'll see how that all plays out. Yeah, well, we'll find out. I think that both of them are going to inch higher. I think because SoFi will break through 14 and will be pushing towards 15 by the end of the month. The GameStop shares are definitely threatening 30 now. routinely breaking through 30. And the question here is GameStop, now that they're into Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin has a run at any time, if Bitcoin at any time goes to 110, 120, would that push GameStop to 35 a share? There's the question. And I fear the upside of GameStop, not the downside of GameStop. And I've said that now for months, if not a year now with you guys. So put credit spreads on GameStop, and cash secured puts are the way to go. Out of the money, cash secured puts on GameStop is where you want to be. On SoFi, you want to be cash secured puts up to 20. If you're going to write calls, you better be careful and be on top of it, not to get caught with a surprise run. The question is, for SoFi, when will the run happen? Because the end of the quarter comes up in 3+ weeks, and then we have about 3-4 weeks until the release of the second quarter financials. And so, yeah, we do have a little bit of time to enjoy that. All right, Mandu number 5, thank you. Number 91 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you. Sean is saying hello, Bagel Gang and Bruce. What else is going on here? The man says, Alex, my account is up 58% in the last 12 months. Andre Delatorre, buongiorno, all from Florence. And thank you, Uncle B. Thank you, Andre Delatorre, for being here, always being here. Appreciate you all so very, very much. Kids, I want you to get rich. It's nothing personal. I just want you to make a lot of money, but I want you to make money carefully. And I don't want you to get caught in a wild swing market. I don't want you to push your contracts around so much, because I really don't want you to get caught here with your hand in the cookie jar. There's no need for it. You really can take your time here with option writing. You can definitely write further out in time contracts to take advantage of lovely premium catch some nice premiums. Out of the money contracts are the way to go. Let the gamblers take all the risk. Do not be the one taking the risk. Let the gamblers do it. Mr. Premium of the Option, happy Tuesday. Time to fill our pockets. The man just folding my arms on my January 2026 $30 calls until I can roll them to 35s or 40s for June 26. There you go. I wrote them for 11.48 premium, though I just got some wiggle room here. Tony, what's your opinion about triple Qs? Where were you 10 minutes ago? We've been talking about it here all morning. Very, very easy, I think, to follow this program. Call credit spreads is the way to go. But you've got to get away from the campfire. Too many of you are too close. You have to remember a $5 move from here. The Qs right now are 523.40. 10%, 1% is 523 away from here. If you're writing put credit spreads that are only $3 out of the money, you're in danger. You're in big danger, because this market, even though it's not as volatile as it has been, a 1% move on Qs is a nothing burger at all. Yesterday we were 515.97 to 523.45. So we had $7 in movement yesterday from low to high. That's 1.5% movement yesterday, and it was a nothing day yesterday. It was really a calm nothing day. You've got to allow for 1 to 2% movement every day on any of these positions. So 2% on the Qs is 10.50. That's why 530 is a safe zone at a minimum. Now, I get it. If you're going to write call credit spreads, say 2 hours into this market, and we've already gone up, say 4 or 5 or 6 or so points, and now you're going to write credit spreads that are going to be maybe 33s to 35s to 37, somewhere up there and higher, should be very safe to do that for the rest of the day. On the other hand, if we open this morning at 522, go to 524, and you want to write a credit spread, you might want to be looking at 535 to 540s at a minimum. Well, that might force you to write tomorrow expiry or the day after tomorrow expiry. does not force you to wait to get them back. You can get out of that position later today in the last hour of trading. Obviously, if we open up $3 or $4 this morning on the Qs, and you put together call credit spreads for tonight or tomorrow or the day after, and then late in the afternoon, the market goes into red territory and we're down 4 or 5 points, all of you might be in a position to go, oh, well, I can shut down my contracts for today, my tomorrows, my day after tomorrow. I can shut them all down right now and walk with a lovely return on all of these, fold my arms, wait until tomorrow, and start all over again based on the reaction of the opening. That's a smart way to play this business. So keep that in mind on how to play the Qs. Crazy 49er. So I was looking at all my GameStop puts and calls I've done. My average cost for my shares are negative $11. That's what it's cost me to buy my GameStop. Some Crazy 49er says free range. So the man, Crazy 49er, yeah, I got assigned my shares with a cost basis of 24. I sold $30 calls for 11.48, so my basis is 12.52. So I'm getting called away at 30. Wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, I'm a happy camper getting taken out. There you go. One never knows. We open in about 12 minutes, everybody. Welcome to the show this morning. SoFi looks to be holding around 13.75, up 8 cents this morning. We've got, take a look here at Tesla. I think we're up a little, 331 on Tesla this morning. GameStop is 30.81, up 17 cents. And a Rocket Lab this morning has been nicely going higher, up 81 now, 27.41 on some of these other stocks. Mandu is interesting poll results. The man says, but I wouldn't mind rolling for more cash with the suckers and keeping my shares. There you go. Let's take a look at the poll results now. We have a total of 174 have answered the question of the day. And I'm asking you, do you think the markets have topped out for the rest of the year? Only 34% think so. 66% of you actually are saying, no, I don't think the markets have topped out. You think they might actually go higher, which I find odd, that you would think the market would have much more upside here. But hey, I'm asking you, what do you think? Tell me what you think. We're at 102 on the thumbs up meter now. Thank you all for the 102 thumbs ups. Keep them coming in. We hit 180 yesterday, so we almost had 200 again yesterday. Really nice. It would be super if we could hit 200 today. Please help us out if you can. Hit the thumbs up button and answer the poll question. Tell me what you think about this thing. 66% say I don't think the U.S. markets have topped out for the rest of the year. I kind of think so. Let me show you again this chart. If you weren't here this morning, let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is the NASDAQ markets here for 1 year. So my finger down here, right there, that up there is June 24, and all the way over here is June 25. And you can see the range for the year right from here, 16,400 to 22,400. Has been the high and the low for the last 52 weeks. Now, that 22,450 level was hit back in December, just at the end of the year after the election. That would be right about there, above my finger there. We haven't been back there since, and we've had that big sell-off. But look, this recovery has come a long way back. Maybe we can gain 700-800 more, but that would top us out for the highs. I don't think we're going to see the highs. Look at the Dow Jones here. Same thing, a 1 year chart, June 24 to June 25. And last June, we were in this 39,000 range. We topped out in December just at 45,227. We're at 42,322 right now. So we are still about 2,900 away from the high. So it's possible that we could move up a little more. 2,900 points from here is about 6.5%. So, 800, 1,000 more points might be ground out of this market. But my thought on this, it's possible both of these indexes could go higher from where we are, but not reach new highs. And that's telling me we're topping out. We're not at the high. We're going to be near it. Maybe we'll hold these levels. Maybe we'll be within 6 to like from 1%, 2% below the highs to 8% below the highs for the next 6 months. We'll just be in this range now. And then as you look at the chart every month and each month and each month and each month, you'll begin to notice that we were here in December, we were here in April, we were here in May, and we've been here the whole time for 6 months, 8 months. Not going higher, not really going lower. The tariff shock is over. The unwinding of the tariff stuff is partial but not complete. And by the end of the year, it's evident to everyone out there that the taxes paid by Americans to the federal government have risen substantially because of the tariff game, from the 2% average to a new average of closer to 20%. The budget might go through, the bill might pass, a big, beautiful thing might pass, and to pay for it will come from tariffs, and they can't cut the tariffs. The American economy might be caught in a sweet spot where it can't cut the tariffs back to where they were in 2024 because the deficit is so rampant and so out of control that interest rates will go up, the bond markets will collapse unless this cash flow comes in from tariffs, which means, of course, every single American standard of living will have gone lower. Some folks at the very high end, the top 10 percenters, will be immune from a drop in the standard of living because of a tax break that they got. That'll offset a lot of it. But from the 80 percentile and 60 percentile down to zero, everyone there will be devastated, will be badly hurt, because paycheck to paycheck survivors, which makes up more than half of Americans, are paycheck to paycheck survivors, are now going to have to make tough choices as to what to spend money on and not. You will buy eggs, you will buy bread, butter, milk, the essentials. Yeah, you'll buy that stuff. But when it comes to going out to Red Lobster or going out to a steakhouse, you're going to cut that back. That's going to be very occasional. You're going to find that fast food will become replaced by a brown bag from home. Many Americans are going to start carrying lunch to work in prepared meals from the house. That's the standard of living drop I'm talking about. Little things. It's not like a massive, oh my God, I lost everything overnight. It's not that. It's death by 1,000 cuts. And it's the middle class. I'm not talking about the poor who live under highways. They're broke. They're going to be broke. There's no difference there. They're down and outers. No question about it. Rightly or wrongly, they're in trouble. I'm talking about maybe the 30 percentile to the 80 percentile, middle America, that is a shrinking group. These folks are, many of them are going to have to really adapt to the new normal in the next 2 years, 3 years. Because the moves that have been made in the last 4 months are so devastating that the accumulative effect of these cuts are going to catch up to a lot of people who didn't think they were vulnerable. And the other problem, of course, is this overlying uncertainty that's hanging over the cloud of everybody. If there's truly a recession happening in the United States, how deep will it be, and how aggressive will employers get to cut back staff? We've seen the attempt of the Doge people to offload hundreds of thousands of workers in the United States federal government. The question now is state and local governments. How many of them will also begin their cutbacks? And this is going to devastate a lot of people who have no other career but civil service for 20 years, 25 years, to be suddenly let go with 10 years to go before retirement. Those are the 10 years you put the most money towards your pension to top it up to retire on a pension. That's where people who get let go there are really in big trouble. And it's a sad story. And this is going to be, it could be very rough. I'm just saying. I don't know. Just a guy. Anyway, thank you all for being here. What can I say? What else is going on? Rico, Uncle Bruce, for your 0 day to expiry course, can you kindly show an example that's deep out of the money with a width of 1 and why you recommend going with a larger width instead? Dude, this would be why I've stuck mostly with the put side on the Qs. The NASDAQ at best seems to just stay unhinged and at worst go up. Staying out of the money on the put side has been my move. Fair enough. Whatever works for you. Bobby, I'm thinking this lunch hour rolling $27 cash secured put, GameStop cash secured put from January 26 to 32s for June 26. Interesting. Hector, Uncle Bruce, looking at your chart, I realize that you have been cautioning us about topping out since late April. I think we are topping out. Your warnings are just a bit early. Corinne, number 109. Jeff, that loud sound you're hearing is the net worth of the bottom 95 being sucked up by the top 1%. Frugality, referencing Hurricane Helen devastating in my area, insurance companies are sending out letters further slashing roof, etc. coverage and raising premiums a lot, just as Trump just denied disaster relief. There you go. Did you vote for that? Was that part of your ballot box? We're opening in a minute. Folks, get ready for our opening. We're going to start trading here in a minute. I hope you all get very, 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 very rich today. Hang on one second. I'll be right back. I've got to close the window. My room is getting a little cool in here. Unlike hanging out in Rancho Mirage, California, here in Calgary, we don't have 105-degree high temperatures these days. We rarely hit the 90s, really. But this morning here in Calgary, we're at 45 degrees outside, and I have a window right over here that just the breeze just comes in from the west. It's nice and cool in here. It's probably 58, 60 degrees in here, and that's cool enough. So I'll let the heat build. We're only going to hit 60 today for the high here in Calgary, 65 tomorrow, 74 on Thursday, and 75 Friday and Saturday. Ideal weather coming up. We'll take that. But where we were in Palm Desert, 671 now, going to 96 today. And next week hitting 108 on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week in the hundreds. That's why most snowbirds have left the desert, because up here at 75 degrees, it's delicious. It's glorious. We don't mind it a bit. Thank you all for joining me. And Larry, thank you, my friend, for hitting the bells and bringing us in. Appreciate it. We're up and we're running. Let's go member-only commentary now. Thank you again, everybody, for being part of the show, being part of the group and the family today. Please become subscribers if you could. Would love to have you join us as subscribers. And those of you who really want to become part of this family of option writers, become a member of this channel. If you become a Gold Bagel member, you join the penthouse level of this channel. You will join us every morning at 8 o'clock Eastern for a half an hour live update, a trade alert show every day before I even start this show. And then on Wednesdays, you'll join us, if you like, live or on rerun. It depends on how you want to do it. For Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce, 7 o'clock Eastern every Wednesday night. And that's where we hang out and we talk about the markets that have happened that day and so far this week in a relaxed atmosphere without any markets to be worrying about. And we go over kind of where you're at and where you could go and what you might want to do with your trades. If you're an option writer and you're serious about making money in the options market, you will become a Gold Bagel member. There's a reason why there are more members of this channel at the gold level than at the cheaper chillin' member level. It's not even close. Most members of this channel are gold level members, and I thank you all. Please subscribe today. The next subscriber will be the 83rd,000th subscriber, as we're trying to hang around 83,000. So we're at 82,999 subscribers right now. The next person to hit the subscribe button will be number 83,000. Is that going to be you? Who's that going to be? Thank you all for being here. We have 198 poll result votes now, and we have 117 thumbs ups. So help us with thumbs ups. Thank you for participating in the poll question. And again, those of you who are subscribers, thank you, subscribers to this channel. And thank you very, very much for being here. Okay, let's keep going. We got knee emojis coming out here because it's time to honor the Knights of Knee. They're the power behind this market, the secret force that makes this all possible. Thank you, everybody. And thanks again for joining me. Thank you, Larry, for that hitting the bells. Susan Shops makes a comment here. I went out to dinner last night. I ordered a key lime pie for dessert. $14 for the smallest slice ever. 1/10 of a pie. I bet they bought it at supermarket down the street for $10. Shame that restaurants do this. Unbelievable. They're trying to get $140 for a $10 pie. Wow. Richard, thank you. DH, Jeff, Hector coming in here. GameStop, $31. Bruce, it's going up to Pesh this year. Juan, Susan Shops, and James the Misty Tree. Thank you all. Hitting the knee emojis and thumbs ups and saying hi. We are open. The Dow is down 14 to start. It might be down a little more than that. Let me double check here over here. I'll refresh the screen at the same time and see where the markets are landing. We're down about 4 on the Dow. We got S&P off about 3 points. The NASDAQ is up about 1 right now. The VIX is up 7 cents. Gold is down $12 an ounce, and oil is up 49 cents a barrel. We may have topped out on oil here temporarily. The Qs are up 12 cents at 523.33. Spiders are down 27 cents. SoFi is up 3 cents. GameStop up 6. Rocket Lab is up 97 to 27.57. NVIDIA up 108. The ASTS is down 11. MSTR, Strategy Incorporated, up 194. AI up a penny. Super Microcomputer up 16 cents. Tesla is up 240. Palantir unchanged. Google down $3. Apple down 65 cents. Microsoft up 114. Meta down 118. Broadcom up 181. Amazon up 80 cents. Intel down 28. Netflix up 680 at the moment. Coinbase is up 44 cents. Costco up 944 to 1,066 a share. EI Lilly down 34 cents. Now it's up 3 cents. Uber down 83. Cisco is up 9. Adobe up 3 cents. Very small moves here. Really, really small moves. The Dow up now 21 points, trying to put a rally on. NASDAQ down 10. Welcome all to the show and the program. I think the markets have topped out or are very close to it. I think we have a range now. We were range bound maybe 3% on the upside, 6% on the downside, and we're just going to do that now through the rest of the year. I don't see us going to new highs. And I don't see today being a 3% gain day. I don't see the Dow running up 1,200 points today. I just don't see that. So, yeah, let's see what happens. We're around. Call credit spreads. I think that's where you can make your money on most of these issues. Put credit spreads on GameStop. Put credit spreads on Rocket Lab. Cash secured puts on GameStop and Rocket Lab for sure. NVIDIA, call credit spreads. The news is out. The numbers came out. All the news has come out. The drama is over. We didn't break new all-time highs. We're at 138 on the stock. And if you can write credit spreads, call credit spreads that are 145s, 155s, 160s, depending on how far forward you go, out of the money credit spreads is where you want to be on NVIDIA. Tell the market, NVIDIA, I will write 155, 165s or 150s, 160s, or whatever. Come on up to all-time highs before I have a problem. In the next, say, 2 weeks, month, you're going to write a 2-month credit spread on NVIDIA, you're going to 170, 180. You're going way up there. Come on and get me is what you're going to say. Giddy up, everybody. AI, cash secured puts in the low 20s, and definitely a cheap $18 to $22 credit spreads. There's room there to make money. MSTR, I don't know what to tell you on MSTR. You want to play that one, you better be $50 out of there either direction. You got to be down to 325 up to 425 at the very least, and really be on it. ASTS is 23.92. $20 cash secured puts, $22 cash secured puts. Knock yourself out. Bring in dollars. Credit spreads, I'd be on the put side. I like the upside of ASTS. I do like the upside of that stock. Maybe 18 to 20s on the puts, something like that. Yeah, giddy up, everybody. SMCI, I'm more of an upside fan on this stock than a downside fan. Tesla, you better be $60 each side of this market most of the time. 50 for sure. You got to be careful. You're going to play this Friday expiries. Okay, $10, $15 out of the money minimum is what you want to be doing. Palantir 132 right now. I don't know what to make of this one. I would think $20 on either side of this market. Go enough time forward to be able to be $20 away from this market on any call or put spreads. That's my humble opinion. Google, call credit spreads, 180s. Apple, call credit spreads, 220s. Yeah, 220s and higher. Microsoft, $500 call credit spreads, 440 put credit spreads, something like that. Meta, $666 a share, $700 call credit spreads, 620 put credit spreads. You got to be careful with that one. Amazon, 206.62, 220 on the calls, 180 on the puts would be my hunch on that one. Intel, 1952. It's a dead stock. I don't know if there's any premium on it to make it worth your while. Netflix, $1,218 a share. You know what I worry about? A split. I worry that they're going to do a 4-for-1 split and go back to $300 a share and then pop right to $350. That would put it to $1,400. So put credit spreads is where I would be on Netflix if I did anything. But I don't even know if I'd want to bother. I really don't know if I want to bother with it. Just my opinion on some of these, Magnificent Sevens and others. I'd be careful on this. The Qs are down 4 cents. The Dow's up 14 points. We're not doing anything right now. SoFi down 11 cents. GameStop up 13. Rocket Lab only up 25 cents. Giving up some ground there. NVIDIA up 96. Welcome all to the program. Tommy, Jan, HIMS spiked up. My cash secured puts were at 40% profit before the market opened. I just closed the position at 90% profit. Nice going, Tom. Always making sure to write the kind of contracts that can collapse in value. Stay out of the money and let them happen. Well done. Keep up the good work. There's so many opportunities out there to make money on cash secured puts. 2 weeks out, a month out, 2 months out, 5 months out, a year out. There's money in them there hills, especially with out of the money contracts. Very nicely done. The Dow is up 18. S&P is up 5/100ths of a point. NASDAQ is up 6 points. We are dead in the water here at the moment. Nothing to really get excited about so far this morning. Matt says, good morning all. HIMS has been a money printer for me as well. There you go. Got to be careful out there, but hey, stay conservative and you'll be all right. I hope, I'm sure. Giddy up, everybody. Qs are up 55 cents, 523.83. We haven't moved much so far today. See if this can hold, but I think I am not fearing an upside move of any significance. I really am not. But that's me. I don't know about you, but that's me for the markets. We've got now a poll results of 210 people have answered the poll question of the day so far. Thank you all for being part of the show here. 66% of you think the markets can go higher between now and the end of the year. 34% think it'll stay here or go lower. Interesting. I think it's range bound. I don't think we're going anywhere, but that's just me. 123 people, however, have decided, I'm giving you a thumbs up this morning, Uncle Bruce. Keep up the good work and keeping us informed as to what you think is going on. We want to hear your thoughts. Thank you, everybody, for so far 123 thumbs ups. Very much appreciated. That helps the channel grow its following. It's as simple as that. All right, let's refresh our updates here. Yep, we're up 43 on Rocket Lab, 2703. We're down 2 on SoFi, up 15 on GameStop now. The Qs are up 75 cents. 23andMe up 65 cents, 376. MicroStrategy up $9.11. Spire unchanged. ATIP at 90 cents. Haven't seen 90. Well, no, 90 is... it's been around there, but Smart Rent I'm thinking about. I haven't seen Smart Rent at 90 for a long time. It's 83 cents. Apple up 28 cents. Tesla up 232. Microsoft up 25 cents. Google down 343. Amazon up 40. Nvidia up 137. Facebook down 212. Super Micro Computer up 42 cents. AST Space Mobile down 14. AI, that's C3.ai Inc. is up 6 cents. Palantir down 20. Unity down 18, 17 or so. Goldman down 174. Cisco up 12. The spiders are up 16 cents. Make it 20 now. Netflix down 370. Pfizer down 11. Arc Innovations down 4. IBM up 68 cents to 264, $5 away from their highs. Uber at $82, 82.10, down 155. The low of the year 54 and the high of the year $93. So closer to the highs for Uber. HPQ 24.86, down 6 cents. Home Depot up 250. Vanik Semiconductors up 110. Adobe down 13 cents. Enphase unchanged at 41.32. That's the story here at the moment, everyone. Welcome to the show, the program. And hopefully some of you are going to get richer today. That's what I want to see. Thank you all for being here. Much appreciated. And congratulations, option money makers out there, from shrinkage and every other strategy you're putting together. 523.96 on the Qs. Slight rally. The NASDAQ is now up 25 points, so it's up a 0.13%. The Qs are up 0.15. So they're kind of mirroring each other right now, but they are following the same pattern here. We're up 0.09% for the Dow and 0.09% for S&P 500. Very slight movements this morning. Not a lot going on. Oil up 43 cents at the moment. Headline in the Wall Street Journal, Wall Street is sounding the alarm on the U.S. debt situation. And so are senators regarding that big, beautiful tax bill that Trump wants passed in a month. There are senators going, I don't think so. I don't think I can support this bill. I need changes. I need adjustments. I need corrections to this. This is like way out of here. Anyway, that's what they're saying. I don't know. We'll see. Let's take a look here at some currencies. The British pound was gaining on the dollar, but now is slipping half a penny to 113.88. The Japanese yen is losing to the dollar 0.84, 143.50. The pound is losing to the dollar about a quarter of a penny at the moment, 135.21. The Swiss franc is losing to the dollar, 82.3 cents. It got down to 81.6. So the dollar's gaining a little bit there. Canadian dollar hanging in there, losing just a slight bit, like 8/100ths here. We're just under 73 cents on the Canadian dollar. And Bitcoin is at 105,335, up $851 this morning. Bitcoin did break 106 this morning, 106,000. It got to 106,381. Trying to break through 106. It's up 1,100 right now to 105,643 on the Bitcoin market. That's the story, everybody. Jamie Dimon is warning you're going to see a crack in the bond market and people are going to panic. That's what he's warning. He says, we're not going to panic ourselves, but there will be people panicking out there. I suppose, and I suspect the people he is talking about who will panic regarding the bond market are the hedge funds who have leveraged their bets on the bond market. There are gamblers, just like in the option market for equities, there are gamblers gambling on the bond market, and they are leveraged 20, 30 to 1. And they get wiped out with a 2 or 3% move. They get wiped right out. So, yeah, there's some panic that will happen there, perhaps. We'll see what that brings along. I don't know. We're only up a half a point on the Dow right now. There is nothing happening. It is a nothing burger. We're up 150 on the Qs. NASDAQ is up 51 points. It's actually gaining while the Dow is dropping. Not gaining a lot, but it's up 0.5%. The Qs are now up 139 at the moment. 524.60. So those of you looking to write call credit spreads on the Qs, what you're doing now is you're watching the contracts rise in value that whenever they die, today, tomorrow, next week, whatever, and you're plotting your strategy that if the rest of the market is wishy-washy and the Nasdaq's up a little, you might be writing 532s, 535 and up call credit spreads on Qs, kind of saying, hey, you're up to 524.50. I'll be up here in the low 530s. Come and get me by tonight or tomorrow night. I'll take a credit off you because I don't think you've got it in you. If the Dow is negative, not going anywhere, and the VIX is plus 8, it is 1844, which is okay. Nothing wrong with 1844, but we don't have a barn burner of a day going here. Maybe this will ease off a couple points to 523, 522. My 532s will be worthless tonight, or for tomorrow, they will really drop tonight. Towards the end of the day today, I might shut them down for a nice gain. I'm just asking. I'm just wondering how you're going to play this, folks. It is what it is. SoFi down a dime. GameStop up 16 cents. Rocket Lab up 41. NVIDIA up 199. MSTR up 696. ASTS down 9. AI up 26 cents. So there's green in our smaller cap stocks that we like to follow for sure. ALA, hey, Uncle Bruce, if I want to write a poor man covered call on SoFi, do you think SoFi 8s would be sufficiently in the money if I could find them with that 90-10 rule? Yeah, I would say so. $8 sufficiently in the money. Go fishing, go searching, see if you can get $8 in the money call options on SoFi under the 90-10 acquisition rule, and then look to write $15 calls for a month or two, I guess. See if you can bring in some decent return on your $8 acquisition. Otherwise, the easy way to do it is just to write $15 cash secured puts on SoFi right here, $1.50 in the money. Write 14s, 13s, 12s, go to January, go to June next year, bring in dollars, let them shrink out, and then roll up to 18s and 20s if the stock goes higher. But again, totally up to you. Beach Boy, HIMS up 15%, says Beach Boy. But he's not here. He's Beach Boy is not really here. That's just he's just ghosting us. That's what he's doing. He's ghosting us. There you go. Welcome all. Yeah, going out for a bite to eat and getting a $14 lemon lemon key pie. Yikes! That's an expensive little key lime pie for $14 for a little slice. That's for pie. That's kind of rich, isn't it? Yes, it is. Wow. The other day, I think I saw key lime pie down south. A 10-inch pie you could get for probably $8 to $10 for the whole pie. $14 a slice. That's kind of that's brutal. That is definitely brutal. What can I say? I know that at Costco you can buy a big cheesecake, like a New York cheesecake. Now you can buy it with just the cheese, the cream cheese on top, but no additives. Those will run you about $20, $21, and there's got to be 20 slices on that, like $1 a slice, $1.10 a slice. Now, if you can buy cherry covered cheesecake, cheesecake covered in cherry, that might run you $1.10, $1.20 a slice. In a restaurant, those are $7, $8. So even if you grab a Costco cheesecake and you sell those at $7 a slice, you're bringing in $150 a cake for a $23 purchase price. Yeah, kind of makes you wonder. No, that's crazy margins. I know that if you go to like a deli where they make it on site, those are worth $10 a slice. I mean, that is good stuff, especially if it's 6 inches high, 8 inches high. Yeah, that's a $12 slice of cheesecake at a restaurant. But again, you should be generating $150 gross for a $12 slice. 10 to 1, amazing. Amazing to see these kinds of margins from restaurants, but it's what it takes to survive as a restaurant, because 1 in 10 people buy a slice. Out of 10 orders for sandwiches, 1 person might get a dessert. Most people can't get the dessert. They're full. It is what it is. JV, hey, 532.42 Qs, cash secured puts for tomorrow's expiry, paying $26. There you go. That's a safe bet. That's a 32.42 market on a 524 market right now. That is, it's $26, 2.6% return, out of the money by $7.5, $8. Susan Shop says, I know a lot of restaurants buy their cakes and pies at Costco or supermarket bakeries. We went out support local restaurants, not get abused, and they cry when folks stop dining out. There you go. Christine in Seattle, just tuning in. I had a dream GameStop went to $105 a share last night. That's a good dream to have, or is it a nightmare for some people, I suppose? 30.75. Yeah, we need a little bit of a boost, but yeah, it is what it is. What is happening in Seattle? Are you visiting relatives? Are you getting on a cruise ship? What's going on? Welcome, Christina, to the show. JV, sorry, Uncle Bruce, it's covered calls. It's covered call. I figured, yeah, you're not doing cash secured puts. I know you weren't doing those. Those 532.42s are cash secure call credit spreads, not put credit spreads. Yes, sir. No problem, buddy. Yeah, you'll get better at it. Alex, Christina, I hope your dream comes true for you and for me. 105. JM, I like that, Christina. 105. Yeah, okay. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Giddy up, kids. Yes, 524.54 on the Qs, 524.38 on the Qs. The highs today were 524.85. So we're off the highs by about 20 cents so far. The high of the year, 540.81 for the Qs. Okay. All righty. Christina, oh, I'm here for work. Yeah, I'm working. Okay, gotcha. Splair, hey, sounds like an easy business. Buy in the evening all of the Costco pie, sell it at night in a restaurant for 1,000% gain. Yeah, easier said than done. not so easily done. But there are a number of restaurants in various cities and towns that will have cakes and pies made for them at a local bakery. So it might be a mom and pop bakery that produces 1 or 2 cheesecakes a day, four varieties of pies, a chocolate cake, a vanilla cake. There might be that, but I can tell you that restaurants that offer that product, they don't sell many because when you have to ask $10 for a slice of cake, you are pushing the envelope. People are already stressed paying $18 to $20 for a sandwich. That's already out of most budgets. Yeah, pretty tough. I can see, though, if you work at an office building in downtown somewhere, you would buy a Costco chocolate cake or a cheesecake or a huge apple pie, and you would take a slice of pie or a slice of cake every day to your office, either for breakfast with your coffee, lunch, or an afternoon snack to enjoy, and your cost is $1.25 a slice. That is economical as hell. That's got to be done. It has to be done. Anyway, Blair, honestly, how hard it can be to make a pie in your own restaurant, but good quality. Susan, Christina, you may be onto something with your dream. The 125 GameStop January calls have 3,000 volume and a 150 premium. So someone's playing those up there, hoping for the big run, the big move up. Well, one never knows. What can I say? 524.74 on the Qs. We're down 70 points on the Dow now. Make it 76 on the Dow. Negative. We're negative a half a point on S&P, but Nasdaq is up 61. It's a split market. We're going 2 different directions right now. One, JM. The only time I have dessert when I go out is on a birthday celebration. 80% of the time, dessert is just not that good. There's that too. Nothing to get all excited about. Christine, wow, says Christine, 3,000 volume on a 150 premium for a 125 GameStop call. Yeah, that's insanity to see that kind of price being paid for a 125 on a $30.52 stock. Insanity. It is insanity, Christina. I'm with you on that. Insane. Just silly. The Dow down 64, S&P up 2.3, Nasdaq is up 72 points. That's where we are right now so far today. Oil up 55 cents a barrel so far this morning. Welcome all to the program. SoFi down 6 cents, GameStop down 3 cents, Rocket Lab up 21, NVIDIA up $3.14 so far this morning. Welcome all of you to the program. Hope you're doing okay on your trades. 2408 on ASTS, down 7. We're up 11 on MSTR, up 24 on AI, up 51 on Supermicro, up 444 on Tesla, and we're up at 53 cents on Palantir. That's where we are so far this morning. Giddy up, everybody, and welcome to the show. 197 gain on the Qs, 525 on the Qs right now. So are 535s in play for tomorrow expiry, day after? Can you get into Friday expiry call credit spreads on triple Qs with a 540 handle to a 550 handle? Is that possible? Can you play that kind of a conservative credit spread? Auntie Jen just burst into the room. How are you today?
Flew in.
Just flew right on in. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm hungry. I'm looking for a bagel today.
You've been awake for a while.
I've been awake for a while. Yeah, I'm thinking the ham and the cheese and the fried egg.
All right.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of what we're going to start calling the Tuesday special.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Tuesday special. Yeah. A little bit of. We don't have ketchup to dip in, so that's okay.
You don't
have ketchup today.
Is it going to be okay?
We'll survive.
Okay.
We had ketchup in our fridge, since January. We decided against it.
There's not that much left in the bottle,
Yeah.
and it was decidedly brown.
We thought,
Brown.
we'll go shopping for new, fresh
Yes.
ketchup.
Yes.
But I gotta tell you, I was in the Costco store the other day here in Calgary, and then last week looking at the price of Heinz ketchup in Costco. And these big containers, they want $6 for a bottle of ketchup. It's 50 cents to make. Thank you, but no thank you. I'll buy the generic brand from Walmart for $2 a bottle. I'm not going to give Warren Buffett $4 a bottle for a markup on Heinz ketchup. No, thank you.
Well, we're supposed to be buying French's anyway.
Or the Canadian version, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, these prices for some of this stuff. I noticed, like at Walmart, we bought a bottle of of mustard, just regular yellow mustard, $1.06. To buy a brand version was like $2.50, and the Walmart brand $1.06. It's just mustard.
It's made in the same factory.
It's the same stuff, people. Oh, unbelievable. Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave it to your rant.
Thank you, Jen, so much. Appreciate
How's
it.
your cola?
I'm good on cola, and I'll be done the coffee when you get back. Fabulous. We're down 55 on the Dow, a little bit of a, more of a movement. We're up 5.8 on S&P. We're up 96 on NASDAQ. So that the Qs are now up 220 a piece, 240 a piece to 525.60. This is showing you that if you're going to do a call credit spread, you want the move now. Get the up move in so you can go ahead and go forward out of the money, further out, and tell the market, oh, you're up 250. You want to catch me? You have to go up 750 in order to give me any problems, or 850, or whatever you can get. If you're going to go into a couple of days forward, you can get perhaps into the 535, 540 range, which is all-time high territory, and say to the Qs, you have to go to all-time record highs by tomorrow to put me into the money on this credit spread. I don't think you can do it. That's what you want to be doing. There you go. Giddy up, everybody. Okay, have a good day, says Christina. Lisa, I'm having a salted beef bagel from the famous 24-hour shop in Brick Lane, 6.5 pounds. I'm quite satisfied with the amount and quality of the meat. I would say that's a good deal. That's like an $8 sandwich, $9 sandwich in New York. You want to get something like that, you're talking $15, $18, I would think. JM, can we get a GameStop 5% up bagel run, please? That would be nice. Susan Shops, that key lime pie, I knew it was $14. I planned to split with my husband, and I was floored to see such a small slice of that pie. I'm too polite, but next time we'll tell them to take it back. Kitchen and off my tab, laughing out loud. I won't bother. It'll be so puny. I'm not going to pay $14 for that. It's unbelievable just how little you get on some items, and other items they go large size. Kind of weird, kind of strange. There was I remember when I was in my 20s, this is going back a long time ago, in a little town of Waterloo, Ontario, where my Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario, in Ontario, Canada, Twin Cities we called them. And in downtown Waterloo, about a block away from where my mother had her dress shop, was a little cafe. And this is pre-Starbucks, okay? Starbucks existed in the 70s in Seattle, but there were no Starbucks in Waterloo, Ontario from the era I'm talking about. Approximately 1978, 1980, there was a cafe a block away from my mother's store. And you would go in there and order a coffee to go if you wanted a cappuccino or something nice. But you also went in there because it was called Cafe Mozart. And I just love the name, Cafe Mozart. It had a feel to it. Well, the trick of this place was the coffee was nice, but that's not what you went in there for. This was a bakery. This was a high-end cake bakery. They weren't here for loaves of bread. That wasn't their thing. We're talking about Black Forest cake. We're talking about walnut cake. We're talking about marzipan treats. We're talking about multi-layers of chocolate and cream, uh, uh, 20 different styles of cakes that were each 8 inches high. They were 8 inches deep. And you would get a slice of this and a cup of coffee. So in those days, if you had a 20-minute coffee break, you'd go into Cafe Mozart, you'd order a cup of coffee and a slice of a fresh cake right behind the glass partition. And you would take your time eating it and enjoying your coffee at the same time. And if you went with a friend, it was perfect because you could shoot the breeze, have a little chat, have a coffee break, have this little treat in the afternoon, tide you over to dinner time. Gorgeous. And this place, this Cafe Mozart, they offered catering services for birthday parties, weddings, anniversary parties, this kind of stuff, corporate events. If you had a corporate meeting of some head office people coming in and you set up the board table with cake and coffee, Cafe Mozart. Oh my, the management that would come in from out of town, they'd go, what's this cake? Oh, look at how beautiful these are. The slices were to die for. The cakes were beautifully decorated. And they would cater in maybe 3 or 4 of these cakes or 5 halves of cakes. Oh my gosh. The local managers would be given kudos from the head office guys going, oh, this is pretty good. Yeah, this sure beats 12 donuts in a cardboard box. Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that. This is the good stuff. They did very well. They lasted about 10, 15 years. It was a mom and pop outfit. And they were around 15 years, but I have a feeling that they were in their 40s when they started, and they were in their 60s when they ended, and they retired. Now, I don't know if they retired rich, if they retired middle class, they retired broke. I don't ever know, but that place was hopping. That place was hopping. People paid a premium in those days for that product because it was pièce de résistance. Everybody in the region, there were like 300,000 people in the region of Kitchener-Waterloo at that time. They all knew, oh, Cafe Mozart, downtown Waterloo. Oh, yeah, the only location, one location, nowhere to park. You had to park on the street in a meter to get into this place. And yet they found their way down there. It was that was the 80s, though. That was a long time ago. Margin called, gasp. Miss it. It's interesting when you go into Starbucks, you don't see high-end gourmet cakes in a Starbucks. It's heavily industrialized, produced product. But hey, this is the world today in which we live. What can I say? It's a rare find to find in-store made desserts. Very rare. Bobby, my grandfather, brother ran a Dutch bakery. So many visits for free cookies in my childhood. But Uncle Bruce, those pastries are so good and fresh. Yes, they're worth the money. They're worth the money. You walk into the bakery and go, oh my God. We had near my father's music store where I worked, there was a bakery just down the street, and he was a bread guy. He made bread and buns and croissants and all that stuff. But he also produced strudel or strudel with the cake on the bottom, and then cherry filling on top, and then sugar clumps on top of that. As a 17-year-old young guy, oh my God, I'd walk in there, and for 50 cents, I could get 2 pieces of strudel. I could get 1 cherry and 1 apple in a little cardboard box with the string on it. And I would carry that back to the music store, and I would have a coffee and a cherry and apple strudel with a fork, because we had cutlery in the back of the store. And I would snack on that after, in the first hour, I'd have 1 piece, and then 2-3 hours later, in the last few hours of my shift, I'd have the other one. And I'd have all the sugar and energy and whatever that I need as a growing 17-year-old boy. Oh, good Lord, I kept that bakery in the business. I don't know how they made money at 50 cents for 2 slices, but in those days, 50 cents was like $3 now, I suppose. I was making $1.50 an hour. So if I was making 15 an hour today, spending $5 for that would make sense. 2 pieces for $5, that would make sense. Oh my, oh my. Sharon, a key lime pie, just like lemon meringue pie, but made with limes and therefore green. Question from Sharon. That is a question for Beach Boy. I don't know if he's here. Margin called. I had some extra fine cake last week. Don't know if I'm going to allow to post the website linked or not. Yeah, I don't know if it'll work or not. But yes, when you walk into a restaurant and at the very front, they're showing under a glass counter in-store made and baked desserts. Oh wow, now that's worthy of consideration. But if you don't see the desserts and they have it on the menu, there's only 3 selections. It's not made in the shop. It's industrial made by somebody else. Anyway, I had some extra fine cake last week. There you go. Thank you for that comment. Okay, 525 on the Qs. We're now actually at 525. We've hit the high of the day again. The Dow is still down about 58 points, down 58. The S&P is up 4. NASDAQ is up 72. It's not a big gain. It's 1/3 of a percentage point for the NASDAQ. The Qs are up 181 right now, about 1/3 of a percent at 525. So you definitely want to be over the 530 mark as far away as you can to just stay ahead of these contracts, to let these options die worthless. It's what you're looking for. So that's what you want to be doing on call credit spreads. Spiders are only up 24 cents because the S&P 500 is only up 4.25 points today. There's not much going on. Looks like there's a photo coming in here from somebody. Let's see what this is all about. What do we got here? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. What is this of, my friend? I see the chart. You're sending me a chart, but I don't know what you're sending me. What is this? I don't know. He's sending me a photo of myself. Nothing to see here, he says. I don't know what you're doing. What are you sending me? What's going on? Beach Boy's up to something here. I don't know what's going on. He's typing again. Thank you, everybody. Juan, JV, Cutting Edge, and Charlie, I have not been able to find a good and juicy call credit spread for today so far. Anything, please share. I just don't want to get burned at the end. James of the Misty Tree, Sharon, key lime pie made with lime juice and sweetened condensed milk has a smooth, slightly chalky filling, while lemon meringue pie based on lemon curd offers a velvety smooth texture. James of the Misty Tree, I have a friend who loves baking pies. Too bad he lives 3 states away. Beach Boy, this is HIMS, Bruce. That's what I'm sending you. Charlie, I was just thinking the same thing. I'm not finding anything juicy with today's expiry. This is a little photo of me with the HIMS making this move today, going from 56 to 66 today and backing off to 60. That's what's going on. 59.26 up 249 today. So Beach Boy just letting me know what HIMS is up to today. Well, thank you, sir, for that. I appreciate it. There you go. Call credit spreads. You might have to look at tomorrow expiry or day after tomorrow, out of the money as far as you can. And if there's a pullback later today, they'll drop. If they don't drop from a pullback, they'll drop because of time lost. Got to be careful. We're up 219 right now at 525.32 on the triple Qs. Okay, the Dow down 40, S&P up 7, NASDAQ up 89 at the moment.
Why are those guys up and the Dow is down?
Yeah, mixed bag today.
Your bagel is maybe burned, maybe.
Oh, it looks great.
Okay, it's very hard.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's nice and warm.
You might have to get a toaster oven.
No, I like it like this.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it because that's when these sesame seeds really roast.
They roast.
They
yeah.
roast in here. I love it when they do that. I do like it. Do I have room to push a little through?
Mhm.
Just want to make sure the plate stays right over there.
You come back with scars. No.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
There. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go. They don't get to hear me make it anymore. Poor things.
True, the kitchen is in a other part of the apartment here.
So now they don't get to hear me go and tidy up and put stuff away.
You don't hear her banging pots and pans anymore. That's true. It is what it is. Beautiful looking day out there. I had to close my window though. It was too cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Cooled
at
the
night.
room off nicely. It's very comfortable. But yeah, people are asking about the difference between key lime pie and lemon meringue pie. And
Oh,
Susan
oh my
Shops,
goodness.
Susan Shops is answering. Oh, we got a couple of good answers coming in here.
First of all, one's lime and one is lemon.
See,
So-
you see.
Let's start there.
There you go. Susan Shops is saying that key lime pie has a graham cracker crust. Lime juice from Key West, Florida is best. By the way, condensed milk. It has a tart, sweet taste.
Mhm.
Lemon meringue is lemon juice, lemon curd, fluffy topping. It's different.
Oh, yes.
BZ checking in from Celebrity Silhouette Cruise Ship.
Ooh,
I wish I can post pictures here. I have some nice shots of water sprouts from yesterday. If you're able to send me an
Oh.
email at brucefrommer@hotmail.com, send them there.
yeah.
That would be great if you're able to. Charlie,
Some water spouts from Wales.
not from Wales, but I think this is Caribbean. Charlie, I put a stink offer for 10 June 6th IBM 270.72 contracts for 21 cents spread. Bid is 15, ask is 25. IBM would have to hit a new all-time high by the end of the week. No bites yet. And Juan JM, it was music to my ears, says Juan. I'm not sure what the music to his ears was, but music to his ears.
It probably started with a boom.
Boop. Maybe that's what it was. Haven't heard from Option Fred Savage. Haven't heard from Fred Savage. Here's the bagel of the day: ham,
Don't squish it, they're
egg,
gonna fall apart.
cheese, with toasted sesame seed bagel from Costco.
We get enough sesame seeds on your keyboard without that.
Oh,
But no ketchup.
Mm, mm.
A lesser man, honey. A lesser man just couldn't have done it.
I can tough it out.
Tough it out. Oh, here.
I'll try and survive the hard times,
The hardship.
the hardships of it all.
Have you talked about the pigeons?
No.
I'm happy to report that the pigeons are not nesting on our balcony this year.
Not like last year.
Not like last year, where I turned into a monster. But I mean, they still have their favorite places to poop, but remarkably little. That we got the reflective tape, and that seems to scare them away. Plus, they have a million other places they could go.
There you go.
Only a million others.
Go somewhere else and poop somewhere else.
Yeah. So
Don't poop on our balcony, please.
the pigeon report is positive, going higher. It's green all the way.
You were all waiting for that, weren't
Yes.
you? You were all bated breath,
I
right?
could feel it. I could feel it across the waves.
Like
in the
watching,
ether.
Uncle Bruce eat his bagel with bated breath.
With bated breath. Will he take a bite? How crunchy will it be? See, I got to figure
Will
out.
GameStop go up 5%?
There's even with the melted cheese hanging onto that ham, it's squishy.
Mm.
It's squishy. See,
Everything trying to fall out.
yes, you're gonna have, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
man. Yeah. Hard times.
It is. As I say, a lesser man could not possibly get through.
I work at it. I really do.
Okay, well, I'm out of here. I'll go clean up the kitchen. Everybody have a good Tuesday.
Right on, Angie Jen. You got it.
Looking forward to graduations. Proms are done. Grads are coming.
Juan M saying, it was music to my ears, the pots and pans.
The pots and pans. The microwave. the opening of the opening of the oven door. No matter what I did, I could not get that thing to stop squeaking. Yeah.
Well, we left that condo for someone else to enjoy.
For someone else to enjoy, right?
We've enjoyed it enough. We had our limitations.
We had our time.
We've moved on, and now we're enjoying the view from Calgary. There you go.
Yeah.
Giddy up. BZ says, I'll send you over those pictures, Uncle Bruce. Uncle Bruce, water spouts. I'll send them over. Margin call says SoFi is almost green. There's Charlie. Boom! My IBM call spread just hit. I got it. Charlie, that's an easy trade. Juan, that should be Antigen's YouTube channel. Kitchen Sounds, Monday to Friday.
You're going to have to start calling Charlie Chuckles because he's making so much money, he can't get the grin off his face. I'm sure he would love that.
And she's off. Oh, my. He's laughing out loud. He's laughing out loud. Way to go getting that spread. Way to go. Take that dough and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Writing credit spreads, call credit spreads, adding liquidity to a market for suckers to gamble with. That's it. Where are we at with IBM here? 2263 on IBM right now. So, way to go, Charlie. Let's try to do the 270, the 270-72s, which is a trying to pull out the little pull out here, a little return. 70-72 with the stock at 262.94. So there you go. Fifty-two-week high, 269. So not only does IBM have to hit a new high, it has to go higher than that to catch up to Charlie. So, right on, buddy. Down 95 cents today, and you pulled off the spread. So, nice job. Nice job. Right on. Dow's down 17. Trying to come up a bit. S&P down is up 7.5. NASDAQ up 83. The Qs are 525.08. They almost hit 526 today. They got to 525.81. They're at 525.08 right now. Now 524.93. So there you go. SoFi down 3. GameStop up 2 cents. The bagel is working. GameStop has gone green. Okay. Welcome all. Charlie said, you can call me that, Auntie Jen. You can call me Chuckles. JM, NVIDIA, 141 plus on NVIDIA. Yep, 141.20 up 382. Got to go up another $10 to get to the new highs. There you go. Ooh, this bagel looks so good. I'm working here. This is hard work. A lot of analysts out there are guessing, will there be a rate cut this year by the Federal Reserve? If so, how much? Will there be more than one? One comment here from Barron's Feds. Somebody named Bostic, B-O-S-T-I-C. Bostic sees one rate cut in 2025. Just one. Tariffs could derail that. Cloud the path. There you go. I don't think there'll be any. I don't think the U.S. market, the bond market, is going to treat a rate cut very happily at all. The collapse of the U.S. dollar already has negated rate cuts, in my opinion. Oil up 92 cents, gold down $31. The VIX is negative 4 cents, slightly positive. NASDAQ up 89, S&P up 9.5, and the Dow down 6. The markets are trying to go green across the board right at the moment. And the Qs are 525.31, up 210 or so. SoFi is down 2 cents. GameStop is down 4. Rocket Lab up 41. Nvidia's up 411 to 141.49. ASTS up 28 cents. MSTR up 1450, AI up 41. Super Micro up 118. Tesla up 373. Palantir down 23. There you go. Okay, the market seemed to have bounced up a little bit while I'm eating my bagel, but not all that dramatically. Juan JV, Charlie, congrats on that. I did the same trade. They filled at 20 cents. I think we got a winner here. I think that's on that IBM. SoFi is up a penny. GameStop is up 5 cents. We're green on the Dow, up 13.6 points. $525.22 on the Qs, up $2. Boy, that's a good bagel. I did the 270, 272 and a halves on IBM Uncle Bruce. Yep. Charlie going, way to go, buddy. Way to go. Getting a 21-cent spread, a 20-cent spread on a 250 contract. It's good. Yeah. 8-9% yield. These sesame seeds just won't let go. Fantastic. All right, kids, you keep up the good work out there. Grab these credit spread premiums and take your positioning. We'll keep an eye on it from the sidelines over here. And keep me posted how you're doing. Have a great rest of your session today. Tomorrow, Wednesday, don't forget, 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Primetime Live. And those of you registering for your classes, keep me posted. Make your move on that. We'll we're getting ready for the 14th of June, Saturday the 14th, for lesson 19. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Nickels and dimes just keep adding up, says Charlie. I'll tell you, it's amazing how many of you are doing this more and more. Some of you are filling me in on how you did for the month of May, and you were bringing in thousands of dollars in the month of May. For the whole month, it just adds up to thousands of bucks, and it makes a damn difference, a nice difference. Have a nice, relaxed day, everybody. From Splair, thank you, Splair. Thank you, Charlie. Juan. Thank you, everyone else who's here. Margin Call, BZ, 1M, 1V. Thank you also to Susan Shops and Beach Boy. James of the Misty Tree, Margin Call, Sharon, thank you for being here. Thank you, Christina. Lisa here, thank you. Mandu number 5, Richard Carlin, thank you. Have a great rest of your session, everybody. We'll catch up with you guys definitely tomorrow morning. In the meantime, get nothing but richer right now. Here come the knee emojis, right? Look at this. Neat, 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 neat. Here they come. They're coming in. Don't forget to honor the Knights of Neat. That's right. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Have a great day, everybody. Get richer. And we'll talk to you for sure tomorrow morning. And we'll keep this drive alive. All right, everybody. I'll say my goodbyes in 3, 2, 1. Bye.